Red Bull's Alex Albon had been having a somewhat listless year in 2020, as many had found the golf to his teammate to be quite noticeable, and sister team AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly only added to things by winning the race at Monza. However, Albon took a step in the right direction in the eyes of many by scoring the first podium of his career in Mugello last week. F1's managing director Ross Brawn has now elaborated on whether he thinks this secures Albon's place in the Red Bull team. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, should Albon keep his seat at Red Bull? Brawn began by looking at Albon's years so far prior to Mugello. Alex Albon has had a fair bit of flack this season, and will have found it hard to see Pierre Gasly, the driver he replaced at Red Bull midway through last year, secure his maiden victory. He then highlighted Albon's brilliance during the race at Mugello. But at Mugello, he drove beautifully, and he certainly had to work for it. Some of his overtaking moves were outstanding, particularly the pass on Daniel Ricciardo for third. He then looked at the other major challenge that Albon has had during his time at Red Bull. In Max Verstappen, Albon has had a stellar teammate, and it's always going to be challenging for him or anyone in that seat. Brawn signed off by giving his opinion on whether Albon has done enough to continue as a Red Bull driver. I think he's doing a good enough job to maintain his seat, and this podium will have done wonders for his confidence. Fast feed. Ferrari Sebastian Vettel believes that as drivers, mistakes should be punished, and explained that having a strip of gravel next to the track doesn't give any advantage to get off the track. He also feels that only asphalt takes away the character of many tracks and makes it too easy. McLaren CEO Zak Brown thinks that current Racing Point driver Sergio Perez will probably end up in Formula 1, either Haas or Alfa Romeo. He also added that if Perez is interested in IndyCar, and he thinks Perez is a great racing driver, then they'd certainly be interested in talking to him. Renault's Esteban Ocon is of the opinion that this triple header is one of the coolest they've done this year. He also hopes that Mugello finds its way onto future calendars. He also thinks that scoring 47 points overall, the most of all the midfield teams during this period, means they're going in the right direction, improving the season, which is good. Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto has pointed out that the teams and the drivers had already practiced Mugello in the simulator, but in Tuscany it became clear that it's different to drive on a real circuit. That's why he feels it's going to be very interesting at Imola. He also divulged there will be small upgrades to the Ferrari car at Sochi, but this will not change the big picture. AlphaTauri team principal Franz Tost thinks that the team has grown up in the last years and that they've shown better performance, the car is more reliable, and the cooperation with Red Bull technology is very positive. He also feels there are hardly any drivers who will successfully compete against Red Bull's Max Verstappen, as he is doing such a good job that any other driver will have problems to be on this level. His driver, Pierre Gasly, thinks that people are more motivated than ever to deliver even more at AlphaTauri after his race victory at Monza. And he also feels they have a strong package and is pretty sure they can get an even stronger one before the end of the year, as they have clear targets on downforce levels. Should Mugello be a permanent fixture on the F1 calendar? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.